Good morning, students. Welcome. In our last video of the economics, we have seen the law of diminishing margin. In the production of any business organization, if any producer makes production and in the short run he is not able to change all the factors of the production like land, capital, these are not changeable in the short run, and if any business entrepreneur change in only one variable, how that change will affect on the production system of that particular production enterprise, that will be discussed in our law of the diminishing margin. In our last video, we have seen how that law of diminishing margin is practically operating in the business organization. As we have seen, if you are changing in only one variable of the any business enterprise, in the beginning, in the starting area, in the starting phase, your production will increase. Say for example, if your land and capital both are fixed, there is no change in any factors of the production like capital and labor. Sorry, capital and land. And if you are only changing in one factor, that is in labor, it means you are not changing in land and capital. You are only changing in only one factor, that is labor. How that changes will affect in your business organization. So in that video we have seen in the starting phase it will increase. After that it will incremental, but it will give you very less return. So it is the less incremental in the real life, and after that your production will be diminishing in that particular things. I know this is a little bit confusing. So how can we understand this more so that confusion can be removed? So let's take one example. From the real life example, we can understand the law of diminishing margin in a well manner. So let's start with the example. This same example is also given in your book on the page number 76. On the page number 76, there is a one box is given in that particular thing. The first is L, which stands for land. The second is capital, how much capital you employ in your business organization. Then the third column is for labor. As we have idea about, we cannot change in labor and capital. So these both factors should be keep fixed. We have only changed in the labor. So if we change in the labor and we keep capital and land both the fixed, how that affect on total production? In your book, the fourth column is for total production unit. After that, marginal production, and then average production. First of all, you know the meaning of total production. What is total production? Total production means in your business organization, the output of all the factors, that is called the total production. Say for example, if you have resources and that resources give you the total output, that total output can be called the total production. After that, marginal production. What is marginal production? Marginal production means when you are increasing one factor, when you are increasing or adding one factor in any production system or anything, that is called a margin. Say for example, in your business organization, the factors of the production is 100. This is your total production, and when you increase in one factor, say for example, if you are add 1 in the total production or in the total factors, it will become 101. So this incremental or this one increase, the adding of this one factor effect how much in your business organization, that is called the marginal production. So marginal production means it is the production when you increase any one factor, how that one adding particular factor will affect in your business organization, that is the marginal production, that is average. In your business organization, we have idea about how average production is also effect in your business organization. So let's see the example. We cannot change in land. After that, the capital is given 10. To clarify more, in this example, we can take on the 1 acre of the land. If you employ 10 lakh rupees, how that 10 lakh rupees on 1 acre effect, or how that particular land, capital and labor gives you the production. Say for example, when you have 1 acre land, on that 1 acre land, say you have employed 10 lakh rupees capital, but when you have one labor or one unit of the labor, at that time your total production is 10, your marginal production is also 10, and your average production will also be 10. In the law of diminishing margin, we can change in only one factor, and that factor is labor. So you can only increase in the labor. All the other factor means land and capital both must keep fixed. So on the 1 acre of the land with the same capital, that is 10 lakh rupees, if you are increasing one more unit of the labor from 1 to 2, at that time your total production becomes 24, your marginal production becomes 40, and your average production is 12. Again, if we are adding one more unit of the labor, so it is on the incremental stage, it will be increased. So here we have given that it will become 48, this is become 24, and this is becomes 60. When you employ one unit of the labor and other factors are the fixed, it means a 10 unit of the capital and 1 unit of the land. At that time, your total production is 10, your average production is also 10, and your marginal production is also 10. When you add one more unit of the labor in your production system, at that time, your total production is in incremental. So your total production is 24, your marginal production will also in the incremental stage, so it will also increase, and your average production is also increase. After that, if you have one more added labor unit in your production system, at that time it is also, because it is the starting phase, as we know in the law of diminishing margin, in the starting phase, as much as you employ, you increase labor in your business operations, it will give you higher result in the starting phase. So say for example, this is the starting phase of your business operations, your the production system. So in the all the phase, in the total production, in the marginal production, as well as in the average production, all the production will incremental in the starting phase. Now, if we take example from second phase, say for example from this, the second phase or the second stage will start. So as we know, in the first stage, your all the production will be in the incremental stage. After that, it will be in the diminishing, or you can say ultimately on the second stage it will not give you higher result as compared to the first stage. If you are employed more and more labor in your business operations, in your production system, in the first stage it will give you higher and higher result, but in the second stage it will start diminishing. So let's take example of here. As we know, you cannot change in the labor and capital. So labor and capital both must be keep fixed. After that, this is the first step. If you are employed fourth unit of the labor, if you are employed more, it means fifth unit of the labor, and again if you are employed sixth unit of the labor, at that time on the fourth unit of the labor, when you employ in your production system, at that time your production system, say for example 64, your marginal production will become 60 and your average production also becomes 60. After that, if you are one more add factors of the, if you are adding one more factor in your production system, again it will be in the decremental stage, so it becomes 75. After that, it is 11 and it will 50. So here you can clearly say, let me write one more thing so you can clearly understand this topic. Say for example 78, 3 and 30. Yes. So now if you can see this, at that time you can clearly see in the first stage all the production is in the incremental state. From 10 to 24, 24 to 48. It means when you employ more labor in the short term production, in the first phase it will be continuously incremental. From 10 to 24 it is a higher, 24 is higher than 10, so it is incremental. After that 24 to 48, so it is also incremental. But when you are in the second phase, when you are in the second stage, it will 48 to 64. It means you, when you employ fourth labor in your business operations, it will give you 48 production to 64. 48 તમે યુનિટ જો એનો પ્રોડક્શન થાતું હોય, ઉત્પાદન થાતું હોય, તો 48 માંથી 64 થયા. હવે એ 64 માંથી 75 થશે. It means it is in the incremental stage, but your marginal production is continuously in the decreasing. After that, if you can see average production, your average production is also in the decremental stage. Here one question must be arising in your mind. From where we will get this all the amount? આપણે આંકડા લેવા કે આપણે રીતે તો લખી નાખીએ તો ચાલે. So let's see, when you employ one labor, you have get 10 unit of the product, average production, total production and marginal production. When you employ one more production, at that time here, say for example your total production becomes 24. So 24 minus 10, if you decrease 14, sorry, if you decrease 10 from 24, at that time you will get this amount. And after that, if you are divided 24 by 2, as we know, if you are divided total production from the labor unit, at that time you will get the average production. So 24 divided by 2, at that time you will get 12. Again, same operation will be carried out. 48 minus 24, at that time you will get 24. It means your marginal production is in incremental state. After that, 48 divided by 3, at that time also you will get 16 unit of the average production. So here your marginal production is also in the incremental state and your average production is also in the incremental state. After that, if we take example of second phase, second stage, which is the diminishing stage, So again, if you are employed one more labor unit in your business operations, so from if you are employed of one more thing, it means same operation will be carried out 64 divided by 4, so it is 16. There is no change in the average production, you can see. And when you cut 64 minus 48, at that time you will get 16. It means here your marginal production is 24. If you employ 3 labor of the unit in your business operations, at that time your marginal production is 24. But when you employ 4 unit of the labor, when you employ 4 unit of the labor in your business productions, at that time your marginal production becomes 16, and continuously it will be decreasing in the manner. So that's why it is called the law of diminishing margin. This is the second stage. We still need to understand the third stage, which is actually the diminishing stage for your production. If you are 75 divided by 5, so it is 50. હવે તો તમને ખબર પડી ગઈ હશે કે આપણે માર્જિનલ પ્રોડક્શન અને એવરેજ પ્રોડક્શન કઈ રીતે લીધું. છતાં પણ આપણે એક વખત ફરીથી જોઈએ તો જ્યારે તમારે આ 14 જોતા હોય તો 24 માંથી તમે બાદ કરશો, when you deduct 10 from 24, sorry, you are when you deduct this amount 10 from 24, at that time you will get 14. 24 માંથી 10 બાદ કરશો એટલે તમને 14 પડી જશે. So this is the marginal production, and when you divided total production from the labor, at that time you will get the average production 24 ભાગ્યા 2 એટલે તમને જે છે એ 12 મળી જશે. Here તમારે જે છે ટોટલ પ્રોડક્શન જોતો તો એ પણ મળી જાય. કઈ રીતે? તો તમે એ રીતે પણ કરી શકો છો 12 into 2, so at that time you will get 24. This is the very common thing. You have understand these things. After that we will reach in the third stage, which is actually diminishing stage, or which is actually when the law of diminishing margin is operate from this stage. So this is the third stage, or the third phase of your diminishing margin. So here, as we know, you cannot change in land, you can also not change in the capital employed in a business enterprise, but you can change in the labor. That is 7, 8 and 9. As we can clearly say, in this stage or we have diminishing average and marginal production. If you are wise enough, if you are clever entrepreneur will stop that production or stop adding in the laborers in production system when he is in the second stage. But then also, if any entrepreneur is not that much clever or that much wise, and then also if he continuously adding labors in the business enterprise, at that time the third phase is started, and in the third stage he will continuously get less and less production in the business operations. So here you have 78, after that 72 and 63. How this amount will come, or what is marginal production and average production amount will come, you all have idea about that. So 78 minus 78, at that time you will get the actual amount here, 70 minus 6 and minus 9. After that 11.1, 9 and 7. How this all the amount will come, you have already idea about from these two. So in this picture, in this diagram, you can clearly see in the starting phase of production you will get higher and higher production. Marginal production is also higher. Marginal production is also in the incremental stage. Your average production is also in the incremental stage, as well as your production total production is also incremental in the first phase. But when you are going in second phase, your total production is in incremental stage. You can see from 64 it will become 75 and 75 to 78. But the progress which here is not 24 to 48, 24 માંથી 48 છે જે ઘણી બધી વધારે પ્રોડક્શન કહી શકાય. પરંતુ અહીંયા તમે જુઓ તો 75 માંથી 78 એટલે કે from 75 to 78 it is only given 3 unit of the marginal productivity, and 3 units of the marginal productivity is not good enough in your business organization. If you are clever enough in your business enterprise, at that time wise entrepreneur will stop adding labor in the production unit from the second phase. But if you are not wise, or if any entrepreneurs are not aware about that particular thing, and he will continually adding labors in any production system, at that time it will be continuously give the less the benefit to that particular person. So this is the law of diminishing margin in the real one, in the real business enterprise. Here the explanation is given in the page number 76. On the page number 76 there is explanation is given. From the figures given above, it can be clearly seen that if land and capital units are kept constant, that means there will be no any change in the land and capital. As you can see here, we have not changed any amount of the land, as well as we have not changed any amount of the capital, and only the unit of labors are increased. In the first phase, total production increases. In the first phase, we have already understood. In the first stage, total production, marginal production, and average production, all the production is increased. Here, labor units goes up from 1 to 3. Labor unit 1 to 3. Marginal production also increases. In other words, it can be said that total production increases at the increasing rate. Here, average production also increases. In short, in the first phase of the incremental stage, or first phase of the diminishing marginal law, in the first phase, all the marginal, total, and average, all the production is in the incremental stage. After that, in the second phase, labor units are raised from 4 to 6, and increasing total production continues to grow, but there is decrease in marginal and average production. Here you can clearly see, here your total production is in incremental stage from 64 to 75 and from 75 to 78. 64 માંથી 75 થયા અને 75 માંથી 78 થયા. તો એ ઇન્ક્રીઝ તમારું ટોટલ પ્રોડક્શન ની વિશેષ સ્ટેજમાં વધે છે, બટ યોર એવરેજ and your marginal production is decreasing. Here your marginal production is decrease from 16 to 11, 16 માંથી 11 થયા, and after adding one more level in your production system, it will decreasing from 11 to 3, and the same for average 16 to 15 and 15 to 30. After that, in the third phase, 7 to 9 labor units are employed. 7 to 9 units are employed in the third phase. Are employed, and the total production begins to diminish. Here, marginal production becomes 0. Marginal production becomes 0. And then becomes negative. So from 6 it will be 0. After that it will be the minus, it will be the negative. Average production continues to decrease, and your average production is also continuous. Here you have to understand you have to keep in your mind the total production and your average production can never be a zero. When you are employed land, labor, capital in your business operations, at that time your total production can never be zero. But when your marginal production is zero, or when your marginal production is in the negative form, it is beneficial for you to add more and more units of the factors in your business operation. From the above mentioned trends of production, it can be said that from the second phase, the law of diminishing returns becomes operating. From the second phase, the law of diminishing margin started working from the second phase of the production system. Therefore, after the end of second phase and before the third phase begins, far-sighted entrepreneur and manager will stop employing more unit of variable inputs. It means if any entrepreneurs are far-sighted or any entrepreneur is wise enough to understand the business trends, that particular business entrepreneur will decrease or will stop increasing more and more labor unit in the production system. So this is the all about the law of diminishing margin.